What is going on, people? My name is Wes Cosin, and I am here today to bring you the best controller settings here for the finals. To kick things off under gameplay, this is all going to be personal preference. I did mess with my crosshair a little bit to make it a little bit easier to see. Believe it or not, crosshair placement even on console is kind of important. For crossplay and preferred region, I have that on and automatic, and those are my personal preferences. But getting into the real settings that are going to help you out. For a controller, I personally play on 220 and 170. The reason for that, the finals is going to be a little bit more of a fast-paced game than most people are used to playing when it comes to FPSs. That means that you want to play this game a little bit quicker than normal. You want to play as quickly as possible, but you also want to play as quickly as you can play comfortably. 220, 170 with a 60% multiplier is what works for me. I can play a little bit faster, and I know that in a few months it will actually be higher settings, but right now this is what feels most comfortable to me. With the focal length sensitivity scaling, I have that on. I've tried it on and off. I didn't really notice too much of a difference. I still need to do a little bit more testing before I can really tell you anything about that. But as of right now, it doesn't seem too important. Now with the horizontal and vertical look boost, I have the horizontal on 180 with the vertical on 0. I can't remember if this is default or not, but essentially you want a little bit of help when it comes to a boost on the left to right settings, but not too much on the up and down. The reason for that is when you're looking up and down, let's say somebody's above you grappling or somebody's below you in a building. You do not want the horizontal, or you do not want the vertical boost to kick in and make your aim go super far down or super far up. You can control the vertical a lot easier than you can with the horizontal. Horizontal, every once in a while, you can use a boost. Now, with the boost ramp-up time, all that means is how many seconds, in this case 0.5 seconds, until that boost kicks in. Now, with the general sensitivity, I have mine a little bit lower. 0.5 seconds is fine. With the ADS zoom look boost, I want that at 1 second, meaning that the second that I ADS, I don't want the boost, which is 40-40, to automatically kick in. I want it to kick in after about a second. That allows my brain to get at least, a full second's worth of muscle memory on how my aim feels when I'm ADS'd. As far as the dead zone goes, dead zone is going to be completely personal preference. I personally play on a extremely broken controller in which both analog sticks are messed up, so I have my movement a little bit higher and my aiming a little bit higher, but again, it's completely up to you. Now, as for the response curve, this is more than likely going to be the most important setting of the finals. I have mine on exponential. Exponential is going to be the most standard response curve across any FPS that you play. Whether it be Call of Duty or whatever, if you play a game that has aim assist, more than likely you've played on a setting very similar to exponential. The other options are going to be linear, which I personally don't enjoy and I don't recommend, and sinusoidal. Sinusoidal is more than likely going to be the response curve that I end up switching to, but it's not right now. Sinusoidal is something that definitely helps out when it comes to sniping, and it's a response curve that allows you a little bit more precise accuracy. As of right now, I've noticed that with my movements playing super fast-paced, sinusoidal can sometimes make my aim a little bit less accurate. So I'm currently playing on exponential. But like I said, more than likely as I get more comfortable and familiar with the game, that will change. As far as look acceleration, I definitely recommend keeping that at 0. Now for the controller bindings. On the preset, 100% recommend directional equipping. This is the one that allows you to equip your grenades, pretty much defibrillators, anything, as quickly as possible without any extra button presses or any other extra settings that you need to do. This allows me to just hit right, left, or down and automatically be equipped with whatever I have preset to that directional arrow. As for the toggles for sprint and crouch, I have those on with the zoom behavior hold. And then the really nice setting here in the finals is there is custom button mapping. I have all of my settings pretty standard. I've never been a claw player, bumper jumper, none of that. So I play pretty standard controls. But if you play differently, the finals gives you the option. And then going down, aim assist, sensitivity, target tracking, and zoom all on. And then for the one weird setting that I have for controller vibration, I keep that on. I know most people don't. For accessibility, basically the only one that's too important here would be motion blur. You want that disabled. For the audio, master volume and sound effects volume all the way up to the top with music volume and dialogue volume down. If you played the beta, the announcer is way too loud, so lowering the dialogue volume should help. As far as the output goes, definitely stereo headphones, subtitles off, voice chat, all that on. Now when it comes to field of view, now for me, I personally play on as close to max field of view as possible. Obviously, the benefit of field of view is exactly as the name implies, you get a wider field of view. And you want to be able to see as much as you possibly can, which means maxing it out to 100. But you also have to keep in mind that when you max out your field of view, it makes it kind of feel like you're in a bubble, a fish lens, and it kind of can distort your aim. In my personal preference, I notice it when I max my field of view out no matter what game I play. So I like having mine close to 100%, but not all the way up. Motion blur and lens distortion disabled. Lens distortion doesn't really do anything except for affect the sides of your screen, making it feel like it's distorted. It almost, again, makes you feel like you're in a bubble. I heard some people say it makes them feel like they play faster. That is a placebo effect. I personally don't recommend it. And with that said, that is basically going to be it. Now, these are the settings that work best for me. At the end of the day, you're going to want to push your settings to be as high as you possibly can. If you're somebody that can play with your settings all the way maxed out to 500 or whatever it goes, hey, more power to you, but more than likely you're using an aimbot. I don't know anybody that can play on those settings and be accurate. But you want to play as quickly as you can that it feels comfortable to you. And for right now, this is me, but more than likely it will change at some point and I will go a little bit higher. With that said, guys, that is everything. I hope this helps. Peace.